Hello everyone and welcome to Quality RPGs. Today we are having part 2 of our Paladin role-playing campaign in Baldur's Gate 2. And without further ado, let's begin some healing, or perhaps we should rest. Yeah, I think it's time for a long rest. And do we have some discussions pending there? Gale has something on his heart.
Be with you in a moment. Indulging in a spot of vanity. Handsome devil, aren't I? Be that as it may.
Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of? Spot on. Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on? Day 4, excruciating pain as the skeleton and organs reform. Day 5, the host personality has disappeared. Fingers and toes and limbs elongate. I take it you get the picture? Day 6, the flesh around the mouth splits to make way for tentacles. Day 7, a mind flayer is born. This is the annotated version, of course.
But we are having, at least we have been going for 2 days perhaps?
Spot on again. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal. I'll toast to that. The pragmatic in me, however, sees something to sleep on.
Okay, well, that was relaxing, I guess. So... I guess that's enough. Okay, and perhaps Astarion had some things to do at night. Okay, and it's time to get going. I think we have still some exploration to do here at the temple.
There's something underneath here. There's something underneath here.
Okay, apparently... Oh! Well... And... I guess we have some... additional enemies to deal with. Perhaps not sleeping though. Oh, that's looking bad. Underwave
Of course.
might be nice. Okay, good.
Another fight. Let's go.
And let's bring the muscle to the front.
I'm ready. Got to press on.
Okay, so let's see. Well, that looked quite a bit stronger hit than it actually was. And here ensnared. Okay, that was rather a nice shot from the enemy. Okay.
Time to push my luck again. First step is the hardest. Don't waste a step.
Need to act fast.
So we should... Okay, we can get a tactical map that way. Perhaps we can take that guy down. Okay, I guess not sleeping anymore.
Spill some blood.
Okay, so much for that. Okay, so that's one way to wake up, apparently. Actually good to know. Perhaps firebolts will work better.
For a dull moment.
And let's deal with this mage.
Wonder if the gods are watching.
Opportunity attack, okay.
Can't give up. Not now.
So yes, she has 7 hit points. Disadvantage there. Well, perhaps should be done in the traditional way. That hurt.
I need.
And miss.
Can't stay idle.
I guess we will strike at the mage. that did the trick. Okay, and a bit of a healing. Okay. I guess it's a load then. Well, apparently being unconscious in a fiery surface isn't good for one's health. So, time to get to the...
How much farther can I go? There's something underneath here.
Okay. So... basic poison.
Very well.
Well, that didn't go too well. And apparently we just cannot do anything useful at the moment. Oh, I don't really like that much them opening the doors.
Hope your soul is in good health.
Got to move.
Okay, that was nice. And I hit the door, apparently. The battle is beginning to look rather difficult at this pace. Okay.
Time to press ahead.
Take you.
So well, at least that's hitting them. And not looking too good for Shadowheart once again. Okay. And I guess all of those are ranged.
To me.
And we don't have any healing spells left. Let's see if we can put some of those guys to sleep. Okay. Perhaps I should have done that right at the beginning.
Before me.
Okay, let's hope that will work out. Okay, it seems my sleepy tactics are not working quite as well as I'm hoping for.
This way.
And a miss. And I hope he caught fire.
Please save me. I cannot take much more.
I won't give in.
Ah, come on. Well, actually, or then perhaps not.
Swiftly now.
Okay. Oh, we have only the lesser healing available. Okay, perhaps this will save some lives there. Okay. Okay, so we are this early in the game and it doesn't look too promising for now. But let's see. Well, one thing we know is that perhaps the sleeping effect should be placed by the order of when those units, or rather enemies, will move. Then perhaps we can block 2 or 3 of them for 1 turn.
Time to press ahead.
But perhaps we should check the door here.
Why do you give a look? Everything all right out there?
Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, too bad.
Think I'm stupid? Don't know who you are or what you've done with the boss. But if you come through that door, you'll get a nice bit of guts.
Don't touch me. Hardly a challenge.
Okay, I think we can do this without any bonuses.
All right.
And let's make a quick save. And let's hope the battle will be at least a bit easier from this angle. Oh, they are all there. Not good. Can we somehow hide?
A subtle approach. Be quick.
Then perhaps we can do a sneak attack. Okay, that's good.
All right then.
No, don't go that way. Okay. Come on, 2 damage.
Striking distance.
That's horrible.
Onward.
Okay, so 5 of them versus 4 of us. Okay, can we make... Okay, good.
Well, so much for peace.
And a miss.
With haste.
Let's see if this could do some wonders here. Okay, actually it worked out surprisingly well. And I guess offense is the best defense. Okay, looking good this far.
Choice but to keep going.
Perhaps I should have used haste.
Can't slow down.
And let's see if we could challenge. Okay, good.
Survival is all that matters.
And we cannot reach. Okay, good. And I hope this will work. Okay, that miss was rather nice.
Still breathing, despite everything. Cutting to the chase.
And finally, we are having some progress here.
Fighting fast. I need healing.
And let's hope we don't actually block once again. Okay, I guess not.
Let's go.
me everywhere.
Oh. That did hurt. Okay, nice.
Quickly.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
And that's it. And
Wits and blades.
can we
always
heal?
No one
Okay.
back home will ever believe this.
So,
On my way.
mm, yeah, I think it's time for a rest. And let's do the resting.
You don't sleep well, flitting between dreams and nightmares. Maybe you wake up because you know something is wrong. Or maybe you just get lucky.
Shit. No, it's not what it looks like. I swear. I wasn't going to hurt you. I just needed, well, blood.
Oh, he's a
There in
vampire.
the dim firelight, you see him for what he really is. A vampire, a slave to sanguine hunger.
I've never killed anyone. Well, not for food. I feed on animals, bulls, deer, kobolds, whatever I can get. But it's not enough. Not if I have to fight. I feel so weak. If I just had a little blood, I could think clearer, fight better. Please.
A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
Okay, so let's see.
What's this? What's happening?
Something stirs deep within you, hungry and alert. It's taking something you'll never get back. His mind opens up, revealing cracked and quivering memories. At their heart, you open your mouth and bite down, not into a tender neck, but into the twisting body of a rat. The only thing your master lets you eat.
Yes. Yes, I ate whatever disgusting vermin my master picked. So you can see why I'm slow to trust you. But I do
So-
trust you. And you can trust me.
Perhaps using that illithid ability is kind of a path down, like using the Slayer ability in Baldur's Gate 2.
Because we don't have a choice. Not if we're going to save ourselves from these worms. I need you alive. You need me strong. Please, only be a taste, I swear. I'll be well, you'll be fine. And everything can go back to normal. No, of course. Silly of me to even ask. I'll go and find something on 4 legs to eat, I suppose. See you in the morning.
You watch him stalk away, slumped, sulking, and ready to kill.
Perhaps I should have struck him down.
I want to have a word.
Morning. I had... Well... I hope there are no bad feelings. And you're lucky I'm not a true vampire. Last night could have gone very differently if I'd magically summoned a pack of wolves. Alas, I'm just a spawn. All of the hunger, few of the powers. Oh no, I should be cinders in this light. I hadn't seen the sun for 200 years
200
before we
years.
crashed. Someone, or something, standing in the sun, wading through a river, wandering into homes without an invitation. They're all perfectly mundane. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure those out in time. That's my theory. I'm just glad you're being sensible about these revelations, although they're still...
A vampire? Well, given our group's nature, I don't see much harm. We're each monsters in the making, after all.
Oh, and a quick word of warning, Astarion. I taste absolutely awful. Keep your distance.
He's not wrong. We're bound together, no matter
At
what.
least until we find
Maybe
another
we can
party
get into
member.
a bell. Dissuade any nighttime prowling.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go?
Okay, so how much experience we need
Breathe quiet. Move with care.
to gain a new level? There. Okay, about 200. Bandit's key.
With haste.
What's a Davian cheese? Okay, perhaps those gloves will be useful. Journey through the temple.
I'll take that.
Oil barrel, perhaps that should have been used.
Ah, cursed to put my hands on everything.
Okay, so this is the where we dropped in at some point. It would be nice if the highlight worked on the kind of items as well, not just the dropped items or bodies.
No handle. How does it open?
Okay, I guess we are not going there just yet. Book of Final Breath. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So perhaps I should check some of the books I have gathered. No, this one. Oath of the Ancients, Oath of Devotion, okay. And the Unclaimed. Ballspan Crisis. Well, this is interesting. Okay, that's about Imoen and the main character of Baldur's Gate, I guess. Okay. Okay, several hundred. Yeah. And journey through the jungle. Okay, perhaps that's not something of interest, but... okay. So... yeah. So she has chain shirt, padded armor, and simple robe. Leather armor. Okay, do we have some scale mail? I guess that could work out. Yeah. And she has short bow. We have those as well. Daggers. Simple robe. Perhaps I should divide these. And where are the 4? Well, I guess somewhere. Okay, so Luther's trunk. What a deviant cheese. Supply pack, that's nice. It seems they really like the cheese here. And that's it. Wooden trunk. Wooden crate. Did I actually? Okay, so we have the potions of healing here. Good. And we have a plague here.
Ancient, indecipherable text covers the plaque.
Dead tongue. Whoever worshipped here must be long gone.
Stack of books. Okay, I guess we are not going to read that much. And this is the... apparently we cannot do anything there except... this is the way out, I guess. Yeah. And we have still some searching to do in here. So I guess it's this way then. The unclaimed. Okay, so that's the book. We have already read. I don't actually like too much about these vampiric books. Chapel records.
That might be worth a look.
What was that?
I guess that signal that it's time to save. Oh, it's a skull there. So I guess something opened somewhere. But where exactly is the question? Okay, I guess it's this door here. And we are in the Dank Crypt once again. But this we have already explored. Refectory. It would be really nice if those doors were shown in the map as well. But I would venture to guess that we have pretty much explored everything there is to explore here. Because for instance, I guess we cannot go that way, yeah. So in the Dank Crypt I think there is a bit of that underground river that we have not yet explored. So perhaps we will head that way and see if we can get out. Or at least to some interesting place. So it should be the rather friendly undead at work in here. Or perhaps relatively friendly. So, okay, we cannot get that way. Well, just as well. I think we have explored that area. So, it's time to get going.
So, do you have loves waiting for you once this is all over?
You know what? That is not the easiest of questions for me to answer.
You mean just a lovesick puppy?
And
Short-term amusements are much less hassle.
let's see what we will find. Some kind of shed. And we can head right from here. I guess that's what we will do.
Broken. Must have been here a while.
Okay. The maze.
Of course it's dangerous. One of them carved up Zoru's whole squad. Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad, twice as ugly.
Okay.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice. Get rid of them. Your words flow to her, though you never speak them aloud.
I know what grows inside you, and I know of a cure.
Remember how keen she was to leave me to die in the Nautiloid? We can't trust her.
Okay.
He's right. Let's go. We need to check out that blast. You didn't hear it? Shook our camp good, so we came for a look.
Okay. This is working rather nicely.
Northwest. Look for Nettie. Whatever your wound, she can mend it.
And be careful. There are goblin traps everywhere.
Okay, that's good to know.
Come.
I guess those are tieflings.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
And
Observe and listen. You'll hear goblins before you see them.
As you say.
so let's get her down. Weakened base. Perhaps we can fire at it. I
The
guess.
tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
You may as well suggest a wyvern bow to worms. The cure I offer will suffice as thanks. It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a ghaik tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification. You are full up. Dismiss your weakest warrior. Very well, but heed my words. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. I must interrogate this Zoru. Our very lives depend on it. I will be at your camp. Do not keep me waiting.
Okay. Well, she's freed, and off we go to explore. Okay, this is clear. A cart. Oh, and I guess we need to be wary of goblins. Damaged snare trap.
Another broken trap. Who made these things? hear shouting up ahead.
We should check it out, but be careful.
Okay, autosave, meaning let's do a quick save as well.
Open the bloody gate! Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders! That pack of goblins will be on us any second! What's going on? Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate, Zevlor, now! You let goblins here? Where is the druids? Please! There's no time! By the 9 hells! Open the gates!
Okay, perhaps we should help them. Well, that's not too much of a line.
Provoke the blade. And suffer its sting.
Okay, so let's see if we could gain the high ground. High ground is always nice. Oh, could we actually prod that guy out of the cliff? Okay, that's work.
I'll bleed every last one of you!
One day I'll catch a break.
So what if we show from there? Okay. So let's just hit. Rock beer. Okay. Okay. Perhaps not enough movement. High defense. Okay.
By sickle and sword, strike them down!
And that's it for that goblin, I guess. Okay, 2 attacks. That looks rather efficient. And that grease, on the other hand, does not. Oh, that did hurt, I guess.
On the way.
Okay, so ranged attack is better, I guess. Well, that was bad. Okay, action surge. Looks efficient.
Another step forward.
Let's hope those guys can survive. Okay. Nice, a miss there.
Rook to queen 6.
I guess that's the one of the most dangerous ones, and if we can inflict, or rather we can inflict proportionally greatest damage to that one, so that's the one to strike at. And of course experience from that one is great. And that should do the trick right there. So it's, I guess, the chieftain and the bugbear still left.
Light on my feet.
Oh. No one told me that he has throwing weapons as well.
Heading there.
Well, perhaps that was a bit of a overkill. Okay, nice.
That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate!
And we have discovered a waypoint.
They were tenacious. I wonder what they wanted here, other than bloodshed.
Taste of goblins to come, I fear. Must be a horde nearby.
Moving in.
Perhaps these... Oh.
Open up.
So we cannot loot Goblin Brawler, it seems. Nor that tracker. Well, that's interesting. Perhaps we should have gotten in instead of continuing the looting here. But we have gloves of power. Perhaps they should be equipped. And that's pretty much it. So, let's see. Oh, we can get in. Nice.
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
And who the hell are you again?
Show some respect. This man saved your pathetic life.
Well, I didn't ask for any goddamn help.
Please, you were begging me to open the gate. Anything to save yourself, you coward!
The human's eye twitches. He's about to blow.
Oh, let's add the bonus here. Kind of guidance. A bit tip of a finger there. But I guess, well, just quite enough.
You're right. There's too much at stake.
Worried about your precious hides, the both of you.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
More goblins could be on their way.
Oh, we have a level. Nice.
I'm more worried about this parasite than a few goblins. We need a healer.
So, let's hope some rather good level up here. Mm, 7 hit points. Divine health is nice. Turn the unholy sacred weapon. Protection from evil and good. Sanctuary. Prepare spells. Oh, that looks like something we might want to have. Shield of Faith. Okay, I guess that's fair enough.
What am I to do?
And here for her. Also 7 hit points. Some spell slots. And Prayer of Healing looks nice. Core Wounds. Healing Word, I guess we could do a bit better there. Spiritual Weapon. Protection from poison. Lesser Restoration. Silence, blindness, enhance ability. Let's take that spiritual weapon.
Keep your distance now.
And then this guy. Okay, Trickster, 2 cantrips. Mage Hand. Okay, cantrips. Perhaps that poison spray will be nice. True Strike. Well, perhaps that's nice for the attacks. Prone with Laughter. Okay, and expanded magic missile, Witch Bolt, Thunder Wave. I just want to have this magic missile. One of my favorite spells in Baldur's Gates 1 and 2. And then the mage. And 2 new spells. Cloud of Daggers, Blur, Blindness. I guess 1 defensive spell and 1 offensive. Melf's Acid Arrow. Do we have Mirror Image? I guess these are level 1s. Yeah, Mirror Image and Melf's Acid Arrow. And for the prepared ones, I guess I'm not using that Grease. And perhaps not this Leap either. Okay, let's make that one and then let's take the Mirror Image soon after that. And we are good to go for some new adventures.
No rest for the wicked, I see.
Okay, so here are the spells by level. Okay. Arcane Recovery. Okay.
Can't give up now.
Never had cause to visit a Druid's Grove before. Magic weighs heavier here. Seeking solace in root and...
So let's go.
Another step forward. We're getting far too much practice.
Hellrider Exile.
Forgive that display. Paladin's a blowhard, but that's no cause for me to join him. Thank you for your help out there. I'm Zevlor. Well met. I should warn you, visitors are no longer welcome in this grove. Whatever your business, I'd see to it quickly. The druids are forcing everyone out. This attack will only strengthen their resolve. There have been several attacks by different monsters. The druids blame us outsiders for drawing them here. Nobody's welcome anymore. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters. I've tried. Korga, their new first druid, won't even see me. You, though...
Okay.
I know it's not your business, but she owes you for saving this place. Perhaps you could persuade her for more time to prepare, if nothing else.
Really? We're messengers now.
We'd owe you a great debt. If we're forced to leave now, we won't make it to the city. You'll find the druids at the heart of the grove. Please, make them cease.
Oh, so this is not stealing, but looting the corpse of the enemy would be stealing. Okay, and we have found our first trader.
This is about your precious Baldur's Gate.
I care about our lives, our
So,
futures.
let's see.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Okay, so, well, not perhaps that good. These leather armors will fetch a bit of money. Ringmail armor actually might be good. Great axe. Well, these will fetch nice price, actually.
Can we stop shouting? No?
I guess those shovels can be used. Oh, perhaps not the ledger. So I guess the books can go. Burnished necklace, silver locket, leather gloves.
Calm down, please.
I won't leave them behind.
You're going to get us killed.
Ring of flinging. Ring mail armor. Looks nice. Perhaps we should take it. Gloves of missile snaring. Oh, nice. And
This is about your precious Baldur's Gate.
a rope of Ilmater, Dragon's Grasp,
No, you just care about your
Spell Thief.
Take that back, right now.
Rain Dancer. Guess that's a staff. Yeah. Let's... Oh. That was a mistake. Well, no matter.
Sylvanas, guide your path.
So, can we sort these things out? Some way?
That doesn't matter.
Of course it does. You would choose strangers over us.
Okay, and
Can we stop shouting?
I guess gloves of power will be useful. Let's equip this one. And then she might benefit from... Then perhaps not. Padded armor.
A long way from Waterdeep.
But about these gloves, I guess they will be handy for her. And did I buy something else? I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, and we still have some items we might want to trade. So especially all of these, the gems, glass chalices, bloodstone, onyx. I guess we are not going to need this. Well, let's hope so. Spiked bulb. Actually, which one of them is better?
Sylvanas be with you.
So we have now armor class of 17 and 17 there. Oh, well, you learn new things all the way. So let's use this one there, and then would this be beneficial here? No. Well, I guess at some point you need to pay a bit about learning new things.
Did that cow just give me the side eye? Is that normal? We don't even know these people.
And we have Mattis here.
Very well.
Hold out your hand, mister. Let me show you something. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky. You haven't seen anything. Go on. Take the ring and watch your fortune change.
Oh. Perhaps that's not going to work. Whoops.
Hard luck, mister. But like I said, we can change that. Watch.
Perhaps we are not going to take the ring.
Please, let us through.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Okay, they are not very friendly.
Calm, Magrin. Give him a chance. You, get back! It's forbidden to outsiders. Korga's orders. No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you.
So it seems we are.
Go ahead.
Our reputation precedes us.
Ah, I do wish I could understand you.
Voila. Okay. I'm afraid.
You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my...
I think that might be a long conversation if we got into one there. Stone door. Perhaps we should have saved before. Emerald Grove.
Have you lost your senses, Korga?
Oh, there's a snake.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a
what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger. Girl, you mean parasite?
She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks.
Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
This would be rather nice, but I'm a bit afraid that it's going to be some kind of illicit trick there. So let's try this one first.
Very well. I'll defer to your ruling.
That happened rather
My
quick.
circle has offered grace to these outsiders. We gave them shelter from storm. We nourished their bellies. In return, these devils lured in a horde of goblins. And their spawn stole the one relic that might keep us safe. We've taken back our relic. But I will keep the fiend caged till our protection rite is complete.
I was scared. They said when the rite was over we'd have to leave. But there's goblins out there and worse. And it's nice here. So I took the idol. I thought maybe then we could stay. Please let me go. I'll be good, I swear.
Well, Paladin, what say you?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Tila, to me. Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Okay. Well, she's rather annoyed.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with. Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage. Positive. You can trust me on that.
Okay. And what about Gale?
Tiring business, isn't it? Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you. We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you the way you diffused the tension between Zevlor, the way you got Korga to in short, I've grown to trust you. The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living... You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share.
Okay.
The specifics are rather personal. But suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside. I can say no more on the matter. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to We've already done the finding. You know for yourself how hard won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to There'll be danger involved. Or great cost. Splendid. Bit of bold. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows, as do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession. I hope I can count on you.
Okay, so it seems quite a few of them have some kind of condition.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
A difficult choice. This would kind of be nice, but then again, perhaps I can understand her as well.
First you urge grace, then you speak truth. You surprised me twice over. A shame the grace period ends. The Viper's fangs have been bared. She must guard her brood. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders. And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike. You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Okay. Do we have anyone else with which to discuss, or with whom to discuss?
What will the tieflings want next? Letting the Hellchild go is
ridiculous. We just let her run off.
Please leave. Our hospital.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented. Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader. Master Halsin. Perhaps Goblin caught. Perhaps dead. He'd set Mistress Korga back in line. Hold her to task. Stop this damned ritual. More will die if the rite is finished. So many more. Sent into a world gone mad. Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin.
I guess we have a new quest.
Sylvanas' blessing upon you. And Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventure. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
Okay, I guess we have a new purpose here.
Let's see.
So let's discuss with the tiefling.
Keep their confidence if you insist.
Oh, and let's actually try to find that healer. And I guess we need to return there. So perhaps I was a bit quick to leave. So, where can we find a healer? Servants' quarters. Okay, and here. Druids' chambers.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
This may be challenging.
There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed? I do what I can. From up, come here. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired round the eyes, maybe.
Okay.
A tadpole. A mind flayer tadpole.
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
Let's save, just in case.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after. Seems so. Gave Master Halsin a right start.
I'm not actually trusting these druids too much based on the behavior of their leader.
Expedition to find out what was happening. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things, studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this, all right? Let's see what we can do. Of course. Now, tell me what's been happening. Any symptoms? Strange events? Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know that. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening. A mind flayer ship? Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous, but you seem like a good soul. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms. The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. I don't have a cure. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't. Now, do I have your word or not?
Okay, I guess we don't want to kill
I hope
everyone
it doesn't
in sight.
come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out, because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there, but you're not. Weird powers aside, mind flayers reproduce by infecting someone with their parasite. 7 gruesome days later. The thing in your skull, though, it's different. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Not yet, anyhow. Hard to say, but there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like... When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to... Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
Okay.
The thing is, I've sent birds to find him, but the place is rotten with goblins. None of us can even get close.
So, another good reason to find the head of, or rather previous head of the druids.
If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps... Thank you. It would mean I wish I could tell you more, but only those... All I can say for sure is they all went to the old... Good luck out there. And... Step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
Wyvern poison. Never tried it, and I hope to keep it that way.
Okay, so time to get going.
Better than becoming a mind flayer. Keep it, in case things start to go very wrong.
Can we get out this way? I guess so. So, let's go to find perhaps the parents of the thiefling's child.
Not yours.
It's my job too. You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
Yeah. I mean, thank you.
Okay, Comira's locket.
Your mother was a heartbeat away from fighting a bear.
Isn't that how Mom usually is?
Quiet, you
And let's see if we can buy... Actually, does Mattis have
I knew it.
some useful items? Okay, apparently not. Fire and toxin Chimera's locket. Okay, I guess we are
Nothing caught your eye,
good to go.
You realize your bag feels light. You were just robbed.
Okay, and how much did we lose? Yep, some money. Some improved weapons would be rather nice.
How long do you think we've got before the goblins come? We should be getting drunk at least.
Okay, we have found Soru, but apparently
Goblins, druids. Grab what
he's
you can and
not
get...
rather in mood for talking. Demon, and I guess we could find some improved weapons from here.
My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel. Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, alas, my offerings.
Trident mace. I would like to have Warhammer or Maul. Is this... yeah, it's two-handed. Short bow +1 of course would be nice. Arrow of lightning. Athletics +1. Chainmail. That actually might be an improvement. But I guess not quite good enough. So let's head this way, Icaron.
No helping it. We're exposed now.
I hope the goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blade.
There's a stone door. Secluded chamber.
I heard what happened. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it? It's good of you to offer, but there's a whole army of goblins out there. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't doubt your abilities, you're no army. There may be a way, though. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline. It's no small thing.
Okay, so an assassination mission, it seems.
You're equal to the task. Everyone in this camp depends on it. Thank you. We'll be ready to leave as soon as you give word.
Okay.
No, sir.
And what's that place there?
They'll find it.
Yes.
How can we get in here? That's quite a climb. Oh, I guess we should not go there. So let's get out this way instead. Okay, I guess we are ready to venture out.
Don't make me hurt you, boy.
Too late! Looking at you is painful enough.
Okay, that was nice and quick. So, to west, apparently. Yeah, let's get going. And perhaps a bit more northwards until we can get going west again. No, there's the backpack.
We should have a bag of holding. These tracks. Goblins?
Pouch. There is a fine word
What's in here?
before that boar.
It looks healthy, but it's stone dead.
Scrapwood shield.
Who cares about something? It's dead. Let's go.
Emerald Grove environs. At least we are moving westwards. Quite a few. Just something has happened in here. Adventurers, goblins, and an autosave.
Dead goblins. Dead travelers.
Were they heading to the Druid's Grove?
Okay, finally a trap disarm toolkit. And can we actually learn some of these new spells? Perhaps we should actually use this inventory view then. Okay. So new spell learned.
Still breathing.
I guess it didn't give us too much experience either. So we have quite a while to go to level 4. So we need...
Goblins ahead. Looks like they're laying an ambush.
Okay, I guess we are not going that way anymore. Can we somehow circle around to them? Perhaps we actually can.
No sign of tentacles so far.
The same. Except for a knot of worry in my stomach that's in no rush to go away.
That I can relate to.
Blighted village. Scrawny bugbear.
Weapon blueprints. A master blacksmith's work.
Not too
And
refined
let's
here.
save.
Just quick ideas sketched out.
Okay. That's nice.
Just another crate.
That did work out rather well. Malachite. Faded blueprints, faded instructions.
Do you have someone waiting for you in Baldur's Gate, Astarion? A sweetheart, perhaps?
No sweethearts, no. I prefer them savory.
That thumping
This is what I
sounds a
get
bit
for trying to
worrying.
have conversation.
Oh.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, perhaps
Smash! Oh, smash you!
well, perhaps we didn't enter quite at appropriate time.
Tormented! Get out! Out!
Oh, that did hurt, and
On my way.
okay. So much for that illusion. And I guess it's time for some acid arrows. And a miss. That's a shame.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Let's try to deal with the weaker one first. Okay, that was actually rather nice shot. And we have a disadvantage here. Why is that threatened? Okay. But I guess we have no other options than to just try that out. Oh, that was rather mean hit. Okay, at least that did work out. I should have focused the attacks on that one from the beginning. Oh. I guess this is going to need a load. So did we take care of the bigger one? So perhaps we might actually be able to win this one. Oh. Not at this pace. Ouch. And that's it. Oh. Well. Being dead, of course, makes things a bit more complicated. I think we will try this battle out once more. Of course, our problem is that we don't have all of our spells and abilities at our disposal at the moment. But perhaps...
This is what I get for trying to strike up conversation.
So, can we hamstring that one? Apparently not.
Focus.
Okay, and then
Step tight.
oh, whoops, that didn't quite work out. Perhaps a load straight away.
This is what I get for trying to strike up conversation.
Well, I guess we are not facing any fiends or undead or... And let's take the long rest. Okay. Good way to get rid of some of the extra weight. So I guess there was...
We'd only just met.
Seize the day, I say. More now than ever.
They had quite a busy night right here. So, once again, a new try And a miss.
My faith will protect me.
Why cannot... Ah.
On I go.
Okay, that's problematic. Well, at least that did hit. And that was quite a hit there. Okay, let's hope that Sanctuary will be beneficial. Okay, and a bit by bit, can we make the inflict wounds that might actually kill? Okay, and then and a miss.
Blood comes easy these days.
Okay, that was nice. And not too much health left anymore.
Dice roll in my favor.
Never thought I'd ever walk in on a bugbear and an ogre.
Let's
Okay.
just put this behind us. Far behind us.
Agreed on that. Let's see if there is something useful in here.
Just another crate.
A rope actually might be beneficial at some point. But I think well, we need to rest once again. So, nothing too much happened this night. So I think this is everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions, give suggestions about how to play this game and so on. Have a great rest of the day. Quality RPGs out.